The last call. Marcus still hadn't changed Daniel's contact name in his phone. He knew he should. It had been 4 months. His therapist, the one he'd stopped seeing in February, had said something about it, gently, in the careful way therapists say things they know you're not ready to hear. Sometimes, we hold on to the small things because the small things are easier to hold than the big ones. He'd nodded. Gone home. Made soup. Left the contact exactly where it was. Daniel. Home. As if the word still meant something. As if Daniel still had a home. It was 11:47 on a Tuesday when his phone rang. Unknown number. Local area code. He almost didn't answer. He'd been ignoring calls for weeks, the kind of low-grade social withdrawal he kept telling himself was temporary. But the soup needed another 2 minutes, and his thumb moved before he decided to let it. Hello? Silence. Then, a voice. Male. Quiet. Strained in a way that reminded him, with a lurch he wasn't prepared for, of the last conversation he'd ever had with his brother. I need you to stay on the line, the voice said. I know that's a strange thing to say to a stranger, but I need you to stay on. Marcus leaned against the counter. Okay, he said. I'm here. I've been trying to reach someone. A pause. Background noise. Low, mechanical, like white noise or rain on a window. I'm not sure the calls are going through. I'm not sure of much, actually. But this one connected, so. Who are you trying to reach? The man on the other end let out a breath, not quite a laugh. My brother. Marcus closed his eyes for exactly 1 second. Right, he said. What's his name? Daniel. The microwave beeped. Marcus didn't move. He stood very still in his kitchen in the orange light, with the soup going untouched behind him. And he thought about the way grief does something specific to you in the first months. Hollows you out and makes you porous. Makes you see you're dead everywhere. In strangers on the street. In the particular way someone holds a coffee cup. He'd read that it was normal. He'd read a great many things in the months since February that turned out to feel nothing like normal. That's a coincidence, he said carefully. My brother's name was Daniel. A pause on the other end, longer than a normal pause. Was, the voice said. Yes. Another pause. When the man spoke again, something in his voice had shifted, steadier, but the kind of steady that's built on top of something shaking. I'm sorry. How long? 4 months. Marcus pulled out a stool and sat down, which surprised him. He hadn't intended to sit. His body had made the decision on his behalf. Car accident. February 14th, which is, as timing goes, pretty. He made a sound that wasn't quite a laugh either. Yeah. I'm sorry, the man said again. It landed differently the second time, heavier. What about yours? Marcus said. You're Daniel? The silence that followed was long enough that he thought the call had dropped. The same, the man said finally. Marcus frowned. The same how? Car accident. A breath. February 14th. He should have found that strange. He did find it strange. On some surface level, he registered it as strange. The way you register a sound in another room at night. Something that almost wakes you. But grief had done something to his instincts these past months. Softened them. The idea that someone else was carrying the same specific shape of loss felt less impossible than it felt like relief. Company at the bottom of something deep. Marcus shook his head. That's an awful coincidence. Yes, said the man. It is. They sat in silence for a moment. 2 strangers, or so it seemed, holding a shared wound up to the light. You said you'd been trying to reach him, Marcus said. Your brother. How do you mean? I mean, The man stopped. Tried again. I keep calling his number. I know he's gone. I know what that means. But I keep calling, and I just let it ring. And it helps somehow. Or it doesn't help, it's something to do with my hands. Something to do with the part of me that still expects him to pick up. Marcus looked at his phone, at the screen, dark around the edges, at the contact still sitting in his recent calls. Daniel, home. Yeah, he said quietly. I know that. His voicemail is still active, the man said. Did you know they keep them? After. The phone company just leaves them. And sometimes I call because I want to hear his voice. And sometimes I call because I forget, for just a second, that he's gone. And I think. His voice caught, held, kept going. I think he's just not picking up. He's busy. He'll call me back. Marcus pressed his thumb and forefinger to his eyes. What does his voicemail say? He said. He wasn't sure why he asked. He wasn't sure he was fully in control of this conversation anymore, if he ever had been. It's short, the man said. He was never one for long messages, just, "You've reached Daniel, leave one." A pause. He said it like it was obvious, like of course you'd know what to do. He was always like that. Like the world was simpler than the rest of us were making it. Marcus laughed. A real laugh, small and sudden and painful. Mine too, he said. Mine too. The mechanical hum in the background grew slightly louder. Marcus noticed it without quite registering it. The way you notice the temperature of a room, only when it changes. Can I ask you something? The man on the phone said. Sure. When did you last go outside? Marcus blinked, opened his mouth, felt the same sliding sensation he always felt when he tried to locate himself in the past few weeks, like reaching for something on a shelf that should be there and closing his hand on air. Recently, he said. When? Specifically? I don't. He pushed off the stool, restless. Why does that matter? Because I've been trying to work something out, the man said, about what happens to people. After. His voice was careful, precise, like a man walking in the dark, testing the floor before each step. I've been keeping track of days, and I've started to notice that I can't account for some of them. Like there's a record of them. The dishes, the light, the soup, but I wasn't. I don't think I was fully there for them. Marcus stopped moving. The soup, he said. I eat the same soup, the man said, every night, and every morning. I'm not sure I remember eating it. The microwave was behind Marcus. He didn't turn around. He didn't want to look at it. That's grief, he said, and he meant it to sound certain. It didn't come out certain. That's just dissociation. It's a normal grief response. It doesn't mean. I called his number, the man said. Tonight. Before I called you. Okay. It didn't ring to voicemail, the man said. It rang, and rang, and then something happened with the line. A sound I can't describe, like two signals crossing, and then it connected to you. Marcus was quiet. I think, the man said slowly, I've been calling from somewhere that isn't quite. He paused. I don't have the right words for it. I just know that I'm stuck somewhere, and I've been stuck for a while, and I don't think I knew that until tonight. That's not, Marcus started. Check the date, the man said. What? Your phone. Check the date. Marcus looked down at the screen. February. He stared at it. His mind performed a slow, mechanical rejection of the information, the way a body rejects something foreign, once, twice, a third time. Then it stopped rejecting and simply went quiet. That's not right, he said. What does it say? February, he said. It says February. But it should be. He thought about it. Reached for the months, the way you reach for a word you know you know. June, March, November, something past February, something well past February. It should be June. Yes, the man said gently. It should. Marcus sat back down on the stool. He was breathing in a deliberate way now, conscious of each breath, the way you get when your body is trying to keep itself calm on its own. Who are you? He said. The man was quiet for a long moment. You know, he said, I've been trying to figure out how to say this since you picked up. Another pause. I don't think I'm a stranger. I think I'm the call you make when there's nobody left to call. I think I'm the part of you that's still. His voice lowered. I think we might be the same person, calling ourselves from different sides of the same night, because we can't stop, because we don't know how to stop. The hum in the background surged. Static, sudden and sharp, crackled across the line. Wait, Marcus stood up. Wait, don't. I'm sorry, the man said. I think it's going. Don't hang up. Don't. I need you to tell me how to. I need to know if I can. Leave the soup, the man said, very quickly, as if he'd been saving it. Leave the soup and open the door, and just go outside, even just to the street, even just for a minute. You have to. You can't stay in February, Marcus. You have to let it be. The line went dead. Marcus stood in the middle of his kitchen. He held the phone. He looked at the date. He looked at the soup. He looked at the door at the end of the hallway, dark and perfectly solid seeming. Then he did the thing he would not be able to explain later, if there was a later. If later was something he could find his way back to. He redialed. The phone rang once, twice, a click, and then a voice, his own voice, unmistakably, irrevocably his own, calm and short and matter-of-fact, the way it always was, the way Daniel used to tease him about. You sound like you're reading from a manual, Marcus. Say it like a human. You've reached Marcus. Leave one. The beep came. The kitchen light buzzed, held, buzzed again. Marcus stood in the orange light, on the wrong side of February, listening to his own silence on the other end of a call he didn't remember recording. And he understood, all at once, the way you understand things in dreams, that he had been the one trying to get through, that he had always been the one trying to get through, that somewhere on the other side of a door he hadn't opened in months, it was June. He lowered the phone. He looked at the hallway. He took one step. The end.